Hey everybody, Scott Spreitzer here from DocSports.com. Welcome to the Update Tuesday, December 18, 2018. We got a free pick coming up in just a moment. First, a quick note, if you've yet to become a member at DocSports.com, it's a real cool way to give it a try. You click on the link below the video, set yourself up for a free $60 account, and you can use those free $60 on any of my daily packages at DocSports.com or anybody else for that matter over at Doc Sports. And again, it all starts by clicking on the link below the video. Go ahead and do it, man. If you've never been a member over at DocSports.com, it's a great way to try it out. I think you'll be glad you did, and here's a couple of reasons why. We've got our 7-star college football bowl main event. First one of the bowl season goes on Wednesday. It's available right now as I speak. You can go grab it, and you could use that free $60 to do so. It's only $30. And also, we've got NBA. We're on a 72% run the last couple of weeks in the NBA. We won again on Monday. We swept the weekend, then won on Monday with Golden State. I've got NBA going on Tuesday, 1 play from the NBA, 2 plays from college basketball, 1 play from the NHL. It's all available on Tuesday during the day at DocSports.com. And that college football main event, well, it's available right now as I speak. You can go grab it over at DocSports.com. We're not playing Tuesday's college football bowl game, but a big 7-star in Wednesday's contest. And also wanted to mention we cashed again last night in NFL play. We might have had the wrong side there, but we got the right result. We've had right results for a good chunk of this season. We cashed with Carolina last night, plus the points over New Orleans. And here's the thing. Over the last 12 weeks, I've now gone 61-35. That's 64% against the spread, college football and NFL combined. We are up over $13,000 as we speak for those wagering just $100 per unit over the past 12 weeks at DocSports.com. I've also gone 17-3-2 with our last 22 college football and NFL top play releases. We won again on Sunday with the Bengals. We got the big 7-star main event, college football bowls. First one of the bowl season available now, and again, it goes on Wednesday. You don't want to miss out on that. We look to extend the run to 18-3-2. So be sure to check it out over at DocSports.com. Again, the NBA, NHL, and college baskets, including the 2 college basketball plays, all available during the day on Tuesday. College football main event is available right now as we speak. And also a quick note, we'll have more college football bowls and Week 16 in the NFL available Thursday afternoon at DocSports.com. All right, normally on Tuesdays we recap every single game on the previous week's card in the NFL, but we wanted to touch on what we felt were the more important notes and some of the games that we felt were a little bit more telling of what could come over the next couple of weeks in the NFL. And we're going to start first with the Steelers knocking out the Patriots 17-10. Big Ben, 22 for 34, 235 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Jalen Samuels filled in for James Conner and did a great job. 19 carries, 142 yards. He also received 30 yards through the air from Big Ben. But the Pats, man, once again making uncharacteristic mistake after mistake. Just like they did in last week's loss, they do it again against Pittsburgh. 14 penalty flags thrown on the New England Patriots. Couple of more huge Brady miscues that we've never seen out of him, including another play inside the red zone when he just lofted the ball in the air, backpedaling off his back foot like we've never seen him do before, throwing the ball inside the 5, having it picked off. 3 trips in the red zone with no points to show for it. Listen, they're 3-5 straight up on the road. The last time that this team had 5 road losses was 2009. They didn't get past the wild card round. They got whacked by the Ravens 33-14. They are certainly not playing the kind of football that equates to a conference championship and a Super Bowl appearance. They do have the Bills and the Jets the next 2 weeks, so New England ought to bounce back, win those 2 games, win the division at 11-5. But again, this is not the same team we've seen over the past few years. And as far as the Steelers are concerned, get Samuels to run that football, get James Conner to run that football, give him the ball 16 to 22 times per game, take the heat off the passing game, and you'll win football games. So Pittsburgh, of course, gets the win, and I don't know how good Pittsburgh was. I just know that New England made a whole lot of uncharacteristic mistakes. The Titans knocked off the Giants 17-0. Derrick Henry, 33 carries, 170 yards, 2 touchdowns. Last 2 games for Henry, 50 carries, 408 yards, 8 yards per pop. His previous 9 games, just had 50 carries in his last 2 games. Previous 9 games, 82 carries, 335 yards, an average of 37 yards on 9 carries per game in his previous 9. Last 2 weeks, he averages 25 carries, 204 yards per game. Give him the darn ball, man. That's all you got to do. Derrick Henry, of course, now the #1 back and will get the majority of the carries by far, as he should have been doing a little bit earlier in the season. It takes the heat off of Marcus Mariota, who only goes 12 for 20 for 88 yards. Didn't have to do any more. His last 2 games of Henry going nuts, Mariota just 30 for 44, 250 yards, no touchdowns, 1 pick. They've averaged just 5.7 yards per pass. I don't know if they can keep doing this. Maybe they can coming up against Washington, but they're laying a big chunk there, man. 10 points in that one. As far as the Giants, Eli Manning, bad game. Saquon Barkley was held in check. That means the passing game is going to be held in check also. That's what happened. Titans win in the shutout. Seattle with a chance to wrap up a playoff spot. Instead, they lose 26-23 to the Niners in overtime. Wanted to mention this because for a big chunk of the week, this was the biggest differential when it came to public versus sharps. The sharps were all over the Niners, the public on Seattle. Hey, Russell Wilson played well. He's now got 13 touchdown passes, only 1 pick in his last 6 games. Chris Carson ran the ball 22 times, 119 yards, but they allowed a kickoff return for a touchdown. Had a major breakdown on that 41-yard touchdown pass to Garrett Selleck, which was basically the 2 reasons that San Francisco won that football game. Nick Mullins, a good game. Seattle now has 6 losses this year by a total of 28 points. Bears wrap up the division with the win over the Packers 24-17. Nice game out of Mitch Trubisky after the bad game the week before. Even though they won that game against the Rams, Trubisky did not perform well. Jordan Howard with 19 carries, only 60 yards, but I like this kid getting 18, 19 carries per game for Chicago. That's how they are going to be at their best and open things up for Trubisky in the passing game when Howard runs well. As far as Green Bay, they've lost all 7 road games this season. Worst road record at 0-7 since 1979 for Green Bay. Wanted to mention about the Indy beating the Cowboys 23-0. That was another one where the pros were on Indy, the squares were on the Cowboys. Marlon Mack, big game, 27 carries, 139 yards, couple of touchdowns. Takes the heat off Andrew Luck. Only had to throw the ball 27 times, only 15 completions, 192 yards. The reason they were able to hold the Dallas offense in check because they slammed the door on Amari Cooper. 4 receptions, only 32 yards for Cooper. As far as Dallas is concerned, they're now 0-5 when they allow 100 or more yards rushing in a game. So you just want to keep watching them. When they play against good rushing teams, you might not want to play on the other team, but you definitely may want to avoid the Dallas Cowboys. Here's the thing, though. They can clinch the NFC East with a win over Tampa Bay or at the New York Giants over the next 2 weeks. Ravens over the Bucs 20-12. Wanted to bring this up because, yeah, they're winning football games with Lamar Jackson at the quarterback position. But again, too many carries. 18 carries, 95 yards. I get it. He's yet to be groomed for the NFL, so he has to run the football quicker than the Ravens would generally like him to. And long-term success is not going to be there if he runs the football this much. But he has to do what he's capable of doing right now. The thing is, there's a lot of talk about the Ravens and their chances to go deep in the playoffs. They're 4-1 their last 5, but they beat Cincinnati, Oakland, Atlanta, and Tampa Bay. Who cares? Scrub teams. I know Flacco lost his last 3 starts before he got hurt, but they played New Orleans, the Steelers, and the Carolina Panthers when they were hot. That's the difference. I don't think Lamar Jackson running the ball 18 to 20 times is going to lead them to wins over those 3 teams I just mentioned. Well, Carolina maybe now, but not when they were red hot earlier in the season. Anyway, the Ravens win 20-12. They're doing what they have to, as is Lamar Jackson. I get it, but I don't think it's going to be sustained. The Eagles knock off the Rams 30-23. Listen, I'm on ESPN Sunday morning before kickoff of the early games. They asked me about this adjustment on the spread with the Rams going from 9.5 to 11.5 based off of what happened with the quarterbacks, with Carson Wentz being injured, with Nick Foles coming in as the starter. And it continued to rise due to betting all the way up to as high as 13, and I said I didn't agree with it. I mean, Nick Foles won the Super Bowl. The players love him. The players have confidence in his game. He knows how to not make crucial mistakes in big opportune times, and puts his team in a place where they can win football games and their best opportunity to win. He did it again. No touchdown passes, 1 pick, but he goes 24 for 31, 270 yards, and he hooked up with Alshon Jeffrey. Threw the ball to him 8 times. Jeffrey caught all 8, 160 receiving yards. Jeffrey and Smallwood combined for 25 carries. Perfect. It's the kind of play calling you want. And as far as the Rams are concerned, Jared Goff, 1 touchdown pass, 7 interceptions in his last 3 games. He's under constant pressure. And here's the thing, he's getting jittery, and he doesn't always get sacked, doesn't get sacked a lot. But the bottom line is, it's because he's rushing his throws, because the pressure is coming down on him in the pocket. Here's a big reason. Listen, I think Sean McVay and his staff are doing a bad job of play calling right now. Todd Gurley had just 12 carries against the Eagles. He's had 13 carries or fewer in 4 of his last 6 games, averaging just 12 carries per game in those games. He averaged over 21 carries per game in the Rams' first 8 games when they were beating everybody. That's a problem. If Todd Gurley is not injured, is less, I mean, if he's going at 100%, he's only getting 12 carries per game. It's foolishness out of McVay and the play calling. I'm telling you that much right now. Maybe he's a bit banged up. Maybe he's not 100% healthy. That's the only legitimate reason that I could see lining him out at the slot, lining him out and throwing the football to him rather than giving him 18, 20, 22 carries per contest like they were doing when they were beating everybody earlier this season. And by the way, the Rams defense gave up over 6 yards per play to the Eagles on Sunday to lose the game 30-23. If Gurley's healthy, give him the damn ball. Let him run the football 20 times. All right, Monday Night Football, Cam Newton, he might be injured. He sure does look like it with his delivery. They were commenting on it a little bit on Monday Night Football, but just doesn't have a smooth passing motion. Not that he ever really has. But he looks like a mess right now. And that partying, going crazy, signaling first down, when the clock is ticking inside 30 seconds late in the first half, instead of showing a sense of urgency and leadership. Man, I've been a Cam apologizer and backer a long time since he's been in the NFL. I can't do it with last night's performance. I just can't. And maybe, again, he's not 100% healthy, but what he was doing between the ears, showing the lack of urgency. And again, hot dogging it late in the first half in the final 30 seconds rather than getting behind the line of scrimmage, setting his team up and trying to get a touchdown. Just shows you where his mindset is right now. And could have won the game, man. Here's the bottom line. Listen, I had Carolina wrong side, right result. Let's just call it like it is. As far as Drew Brees was concerned, last 3 games, only 2 touchdown passes, and he's thrown 3 interceptions, so they got to get back on track as they head into the postseason. All right, that is it for the games that we wanted to mention as far as Week 15 was concerned in the NFL. We do this each and every Tuesday night throughout the course of the regular season. Just a couple more weeks to go before we get to the playoffs. Wanted to mention again the college football 7-star main event bowl game that goes on Wednesday. Again, available right now at DocSports.com. We're on a 17-3 run with our top plays, college football and the NFL. First college football bowl 7-star of the bowl season available right now. NBA 72% run. We've swept Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Go grab the NBA on Tuesday morning. We've got one side. It's available Tuesday at DocSports.com. 2 college basketball plays, 1 in the NHL, all available on Tuesday at DocSports.com. Free play, quick analysis, because I know we're taking a long time here. We're going to back Xavier on the road over Missouri for our free play in Tuesday's college basketball. The Xavier Musketeers, your free play for Tuesday. All right, listen, if you like the videos, be sure to click on that thumbs up button. Be sure to subscribe. We do appreciate those who have done so thus far. I'm Scott Spreitzer, DocSports.com. Let's put Tuesday in the win column right back here Wednesday, 4 a.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. Pacific.